So I wanted to show you the effect of having an interaction between a continuous variable and an indicator variable. We saw this with respect to the meadowfoam case study in the what we called separate lines model. I want to show you why it is that this model gives us a different effect for light depending on treatment. So the way we're going to get at that is I've set down the separate lines model here. I have a intercept, a slope for the light intensity, parameter beta 2 on the early indicator variable, and then I also have this interaction term. So I have the light intensity times the indicator variable for early multiplied by this parameter beta 3. So we might ask, what is the effect of light intensity in this example? So just like whenever we're trying to calculate an effect, the first thing we want to do is set down the difference in means that we're interested in. So we're going to be interested in one mean number of flowers where the light intensity is increased by 1. I'm holding all the other variables constant, so I'm just going to represent early as itself in the model. And then I'm comparing that mean, or I'm looking at the difference between that mean and the mean where light was its original value. So I'm going to write the mean number of flowers. Light takes on its initial value here. And again, early is just early. Okay, so that's the difference in means I'm interested in. Now I'm going to use my regression model to substitute in for these two means. So in the first case, anywhere in my regression model there's a light, I'm going to put in a light plus 1. So I'm going to have a beta 0 plus beta 1 times light plus 1. Plus beta 2 times early, holding early constant, so it's the same in both of my means, plus beta 3, and here, instead of light times early, I'm going to have light plus 1 times early. Okay, so that was my first mean. I'm taking the difference between that mean and the second mean here. I'm just going to write that on the next line. I would have a beta 0 plus beta 1 times light plus beta 2 times early plus beta 3 times light times early. Okay, the first thing I'm going to do is multiply out the terms in this first mean. So I have a beta 0 plus, here I'll get a beta 1 light and a beta 1. So beta 1 times light plus beta 1 plus beta 2 early plus, okay, so here light plus 1 times early, that would give me a light times early plus an early, and I'm multiplying both of those by beta 3, so I'll end up with a beta 3 times light times early plus a beta 3 times that one, that would give me a beta 3 times early. Okay, and then I'm subtracting off that second mean. There's no simplification here yet, so I'm just going to write it out again. Beta 0 plus beta 1 light plus beta 2 early plus beta 3 times light times early. And I've written this out in a way that it's sort of nicely aligned. It's easy for me to see what cancels out. So I can see these two beta zeros are going to cancel each other. The beta 1 times light will cancel with the beta 1 times light. beta 2 early with beta 2 early. The beta 3 light times early will cancel with the beta 3 light times early. So I'm only left with these two terms, a beta 1 and a beta 3 times early. Squeeze that in the bottom here. Beta 1 plus beta 3 times early. So the effect of the light intensity is beta 1 plus beta 3 times early. So it depends, the effect of the light intensity depends on what value this early variable takes. So just imagine if we did have units that got the early treatment, so if early is equal to 1, then the effect of light would be beta 1 plus beta 3. If I was talking about units that got the late light treatment, then that early indicator variable would take the value 0, and the effect of the light intensity would just be beta 1, because the beta 3 times early would be beta 3 times 0, which would give me 0. So if I'm talking about units that get the early treatment, I have one effect for light intensity, beta 1 plus beta 3, but if they got the late light treatment, then the effect is beta 1. So there's a different effect depending on whether they got the early or late treatments. So that's exactly why we included this interaction term in the model. That allows us to have a different effect of light intensity depending on whether the treatment was early or late.